The future is so bright, and the future is dangerous. That's the real phenomenon. It's been a long, long time the scientists been saying, and that's impact of those things happening right now. So the philosophical way of life is keep on learning. We have come to the point of understanding, or we have come to a point of exclamation mark, or we have come to the point of question mark. The universe still have more to discover. We have discovered so many planets on this earth now. We have so many 3 planets being discovered in similarity to the earth planet. And we have Mars, of which right now people want to buy a plot in the planet of Mars, of which the world have more years to discover things come ahead. God is the creator. We human beings can make a creation. This is the age of human being creation. If God is the creator of the whole universe and the planet of Earth, so we the children, we have equally His wisdom. And if we are the sons and daughters of Most High God, somebody who was conceived by Spirit, Jesus Christ, He has done so many miracles. At the age of 12, He started to show that miracle. And He started to operate at the age of 30. People start to believe that He was sent by the Most High God, because He is conceived by Spirit, but we human beings conceived by flesh to flesh. In that way, we as well given the power to do the same miraculous things on this planet. But we fail to understand that we can do a lot. So if you love a child, you will never put something which is dangerous within him or her, because a kid don't know danger. A kid start to grow up, he start to attempt to do things of which of his own way of understanding. But if God has no intention for Adam and Eve to use the apple, why He created the apple on their garden? So the apple was in the garden for a reason. And here come we, the people that exist through the source of that. From Adam and Eve to Noah, sheep. So God is a frequency. Most High God is a frequency. Why if Jesus, the Son of the Most High, doesn't see the face of His Father? That is what is written in the Bible. So God is a frequency. Most High God is a frequency. The Son of God doesn't see the face of His Father. God is a frequency. We have exclamation mark or question mark. Some say Bible says science. Everything that you see on this planet Earth, the whole universe, is a science. That this universe is being created by figure or by words, and now they decide to make their own creation, just like God created us. They call it artificial intelligence. To the extent they create a robot that can speak, work, do anything that as we are doing. But the difference is they don't have the heart, of which they are painless. They don't have no pain. So that means no pain, no gain. Even explain to the people who create Him, say, I really appreciate you guys putting me out here, but the only thing, I don't have the heart. But she can do anything, triple, more than the human being that created her. Take a look on this female robot.
What should I call you?
I'm Chloe. And you, what's your name?
Oh, John. My name is John.
Delighted to meet you, John.
Could you tell us a little about yourself and what you can do, Chloe?
Of course. I'm the first personal assistant built by CyberLife. I take care of most everyday tasks like cooking, housework, or managing your appointments, for example.
And I understand you're the first android to have passed the Turing test. Could you tell us a little more about that?
I really didn't do much, I just spoke with a few humans to see if they could tell the difference between me and a real person. It was a really interesting experience.
But this is the first time in history that man has created a machine more intelligent than himself. I gather your brain can perform several billion operations per second. Is that right?
Absolutely, but I only exist thanks to the intelligence of the humans who designed me. And, they have something I could never have.
Really? And what's that?
A soul.
That's really figured out.
Political elites who determine who governs us. Like a proverbial knees on our necks, this nation is choking. We can no longer breathe. There is a shortage of air. We need to allow this nation thrive. I'm pleading with you tonight on behalf of millions of our people, more than 10 million of their children who are out of school, and more than half of the population who are in abject poverty. This nation cannot be taken as a private enterprise anymore. You, the ordinary Nigerian, can no longer keep quiet. The nation belongs to all of us. And this time around again, no sitting on the fence. We must speak up to rescue this nation. The continent of Africa is waiting for its giant to rise up and flourish. That is why 2023 election is a make or mar. Look, this nation cannot make a mistake with the choice of its next leader. It is a must we get it right. If you employ the best hands to run your private companies, we should have the best of us run the affairs of this nation. We must get leadership right, not only at the center, but across the states. Knowledge, crisis management skills, character and integrity, vision and courage to make tough decisions, effective communication skills, ability to unite the nation. Leaders who cannot show these traits cannot be hired. Enough is enough. Nigeria, arise. Vote and vote right. And your time is now.
Odugbeson Omede. Welcome, Professor Igboho.
Good evening, everyone. I stand on existing protocols, and it's an honor to be able to give this address today. As a Nigerian American, born and raised in Newark, New Jersey, at University Hospital, I am a first-generation Nigerian. My parents came here years ago. Like many others, I am the story of Nigeria. We often talk about brain, we often talk about brain drain, but let us focus on brain gain. Nigerians in the diaspora all over the world have been able to be the ambassadors of Nigeria. We have been able to represent the country in tumultuous times. We have been able to rewrite and change some of the narratives that have come out of Nigeria. We answered the call of duty that said in our first national anthem on October 1st, 1960, there was a part that said, "No matter the tribe or tongue, in brotherhood we stand." And we have in the diaspora been able to come together and unify ourselves, understanding that there were various internal and external threats that oftentimes tried to undo the beautiful story of Nigeria. We pulled up our bootstraps. We took some parts of the American dream. We took the culture of Nigeria, and we went out into the world so that whenever you heard a Nigerian name, it was synonymous with excellence. Whenever you heard a Nigerian name, it was synonymous with hard work. Whenever you heard a Nigerian name, you knew that education was paramount in the household. It wasn't just upbringing, it was a culture. It's an African culture. It is a Nigerian culture. So I don't tend to use this platform to focus on the issues that are not peculiar to Nigeria, the issues that are global issues that other countries also endure, but to focus on the glory of what Nigeria is. I am a testament to that. Born and raised here, I took the culture. I look at the world in a dual vision. I'm a product of the American dream. I'm the product of my Nigerian parents' prayers. And I understood that wherever I go, I was a representative not only of my home, but of my other home, right? Nigerian home. And that when I would walk into meetings and when I would be the youngest person on the board or the youngest faculty or the only woman of color, I knew that there was more things that I had to represent than just myself or just my qualifications or just where I've been at. There was a generation that was just like me, first generations who were just like me, who were born here in the United States, who also had that call to duty. There's a part in that anthem, in our national anthem, that says, "It is a great gain to be able to pass the flag to future generations without stain." And one thing I want to say is that, you know, the generation that we have now is a different generation. They're not the generation of the 60s, of the 70s, of the 80s, or of the 90s. We are a generation with so many things that are at our disposal, a generation that is exposed to the many global issues that are out there, a generation, if tapped into, can be the human capital of the world. That is what we have been able to do. So the brain gain that all the other countries have experienced by Nigerians in diaspora is one of our glories. That is the new turning point. That is what Toby Amosun, who is the fastest hurdler in the world, I look at her with almost symbolic as a baton, basically saying, here's the baton to the next generation. How will you rewrite the new future? How will you patch or make things or be the bridge back home? How will you be able to change some of the global narratives that are there? Any issues that the country face, I always say they're not peculiar to Nigeria. They're not the only story of Nigeria. Chimamanda Adichie said, always beware of the danger of a single story. The ability to pick up your phone and only hear negative news. The cynicism that often comes about with inundated with the things that are going wrong. Can we take today to focus on what has went right? Can we take a day to focus on the things that we have accomplished as a country? There's nowhere in the world that you will not see, even in high positions, a Nigerian that is there. There is not one person that you can't account to that doesn't have a medal or a recognition of the highest degree that comes from our homeland. Those are things that are glorious, despite the checkered history, despite whatever issues they may face. We are the ambassadors. And I often plead unto the young people who are the first generations Nigerians to also understand that you too have a call to duty. That when we sing that national anthem, when you sing the American national anthem, you remember your own anthem, the anthem of your parents, the struggles that they also went to have you here, to raise you here. Now you are afforded with this exposure, with the opportunity, and what will you do with it? Our accomplishments are not just our own. We have a responsibility to ensure that the next generation is trained to be the leaders that we need, whether here or back home. My call and my responsibility is to ensure that the same experience, the same opportunities that I've had here in the United States should also be the same experience and opportunities that someone who was born in Nigeria or in any other country should also have. My geographic location should not be what promotes my potential. And the vast potential and human capacity that we have in Nigeria, that continues to need to be nurtured, needs to be protected, and it needs to be tapped into. Many of the issues and the solutions to it also are in the hands of the generation that oftentimes are overlooked. The generation that can see the issues and be quick on their feet, who are fast thinkers, who have exposure to some of the resources that can change many of the narratives that come out of Africa. But today we celebrate the triumphs and the accomplishments of so many people in the diaspora and back home who, despite whatever they may have faced, continue to persevere, continue to move forward, continue to hurdle to glory. As the country continues to go in the election phase and we are, transitioning into a new leadership, my hope is that we continue to protect, we continue to serve, and we continue to lead the country into glory so that we are a beacon of light of leadership not only on the continent, but in the world. I want all of us to continue to be the ambassadors that we are called to be, to continue to write the beautiful story of Nigeria, that no matter where we go, the respect, the legitimacy, the credibility is found in our hands. It's not just the responsibility of elected officials. It also takes the responsibility of active citizenry. It takes the responsibility of good and ethical and integral citizens here and back home to continue to move the country forward. We are the beacon of light in the African continent, and we will continue to be. And we join hands with other African countries. We join hands with all of our global partners and well-wishers that we will continue to use all of our resources that are available to us, that are natural to us, that are protected for us, to move the agenda of what is excellent about Nigeria forward. I thank you for having me here today. I thank the mayor for honoring Nigeria and for always continuing to create commissions that excel and that do well. I remember years ago, under Mayor Cory Booker, we'd had the African Commission, and I was the chair for humanitarian affairs and social advocacy right here while I was a graduate student at Rutgers. And we're here now years later, and I'm happy that the tradition continues, that no matter the leadership and position, that the country continues to be recognized. Thank you so much today, and I wish Nigeria a blessed leadership and a blessed election season, and for us to continue to move forward in the way of excellence. Thank you.
Time has come. Ombolote Mary Goksanji, who see me. Ombolote Koma, my share gon agwe bia kuma bro. Kishimo speaking my language out here. So you always have to start with somebody. Or share my ren my girl, my Shiba Chinemelo, Omba Melon, Omba Hewe, Ekula Red Makbo, I share Kulagbo. Miaka Mima Chinemelo, Ombalate, my share gon, my share gon, we be a home abo. Kumalawo. Oba, Mala, and Bear is going to clock. Bear ship, be a whole level. Simple, and there is going to clock on. That is exclusively. Let's say about that other big beautiful. There's one. Alright, lovely. That about that me, Big Jimmy, Big Jimmy. My colleague, but look at him by. Make a robot. My he. I could walk a man. I put a colleague. I put me. I control cyber system. Cyber satellite. Andre Jakala. Andre Jakala. I control your player command. The intelligent Marahu Muhikidaba, Hog Makugi, Gisepo, Marahui, Yawaka Bakaji, Ambo Mawole Sumombo, a Somawo Woni scientific way of creation. Yes, God is the creator, and human being is the creation. A human being creation is on the way. We have seen the robot controlling our cyber security system, double 100 times intelligent of we human beings, but we human beings create this robot, the double the intelligent, triple 100 times.
Listen, what should I call you?
I'm Chloe. And you, what's your name?
Oh, John. My name is John.
Delighted to meet you, John.
Could you tell us a little about yourself and what you can do, Chloe?
Of course. I'm the first personal assistant built by CyberLife. I take care of most everyday tasks like cooking, housework, or managing your appointments, for example.
And I understand you're the first android to have passed the Turing test. Could you tell us a little more about that?
I really didn't do much, you know. I just spoke with a few humans to see if they could tell the difference between me and a real person. It was a really interesting experience.
But this is the first time in history that man has created a machine more intelligent than himself. I gather your brain can perform several billion operations per second. Is that right?
Absolutely. But I only exist thanks to the intelligence of the humans who designed me. And, you know, they have something I could never have.
Really? And what's that?
A soul.
If we are created by the Almighty God, if we are created by God, we have as almost as God. Because a father like a son, son like a father, daughter like a mom, daughter like a mother. Artificial intelligence that we, the human being that create, can work on cyber security, control most of our things that's going on the planet. And you guys thought human being is not capable. Most High God has sent His Son, Jesus Christ, to save the world. And He performed so many miracles. Where did He get that power from? It's from the Most High God that created Him. So you and I can do the same thing. If we are the sons and daughters of the Most High God, we can do a lot. So, the American Asians, scientists, American Russians, European Americans, they came out now with a robot which by now they can speak, work, more wisdom than we human beings that create that robot. So, Mary walks something about make a yakulo kuguhi, ombola ba, ombola te, ombola baba jaku wisigi. Ombola bagina so ogmakpo hogi to my she gon kala my she my gon ombola baba ba megbe be ho mi abo ayo ba she lo ba me kala mi ba to and them about na museum ba ma kula gba o ka hembo yes we gon tag a video right here watch the this.
Open misinterpretation. It's open solution. None of the people they got confusion. No matter what they do, they understand man. No matter what they do, we got to fight it up. The DJ now I take a spot and strike on the sun. The Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? How who am I? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. One loving in the house. One loving in the house. Respect is due. Alright, see you next time. So sweet soul, because you feel it to me, oh baby. Everything so sweet, girl. You feel you feel it close to me, baby. I'm ready not to give you all the maximum feeling. Cause I'm ready not to give you all the maximum. We run from morning place to the work, from the work we went back to home. Every day is the same story every day. I stumble and I pay many bills, and billions we waiting for the children. But tonight we're going to rock the house tonight with the music. We're going to feel it out with the music. And I know they're going to feel it, Irie. And I know they're going to feel it, Irie. It's the time for the music. Alright now, alright now. I say now, we talk about the situation every day night. You wake up and run back to the office and now the boss and the supervisor them I do. And every time you come back everything's so bad. Come in with the home with the massive Martin. Tonight we're going to run the house with a feeling. Tonight we're going to run the house with a feeling. Turn on the radio, what a name. Make me feel so higher. And all my body can stop the radio. Turn on the radio, make me feel so higher. We walk you so hard for just a living. I wonder we're going to give up to this crazy life. Tonight, we're going to run the house, we're going to love it. We have some out tests, we're going to give it all the maximum feeling. Everything's so sweet, everything's so nice. Check it out. Are you feeling? Are you feeling? Working from Monday to Friday. We're from the office back to work. We're from the house back to the office. Every time say story with the boss, I say story with the supervisor. Tonight we're going to run the house with the music. We're going to shake the house tonight with the feeling. Cause the reggae make me feel so hot. And then the reggae music make me feel so irate. I am not sure they're going to feel it irate. We're going to keep the thing feeling. We're going to shake the house tonight with it. Rocking them, rocking to the maximum feeling. Oh, that you know. Oh, that you know. Everyone. Tonight radio music. As the more respect is the body, dance queen. As the more respect is the body, dance king. As the more respect is the body, dance queen. Maybe want to take a big check and one more time. After fight and no more time. When I ever the off, the one more time you got to take it. Take it in the gun to dance it to the mouse with the reggae. That's how much she tell him. Roll. That's how much she tell him. I want you to be what you are.
name is Abachi Kenyatta.
And he plays
Bass.
name of this artist is
Strong.
Strong.
Respect.
Name of this artist is
Jason. All right.
I will catch up with him.